Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Tattoo Tony.
And this is Anna.
I think she talked a little close to the mic. Sorry if there's any in there. But, guys, we're going back to the abandoned school that I showed you earlier today. As promised, I will make a second and third part of this video. This is a surrounding neighborhood. You can see all the houses that are boarded up, old brick buildings. The school sits on the west side of St. Louis. Locals would call it the west side. It is considered the north side. In any case, the school is Hempstead School. It was built in 1906 and designed by architect William Ittner, who was in time at the turn of the century in charge of expanding the St. Louis school system. His schools were giant. He's kind of a famous architect. They all look like castles. If you look on my channel, you can see a lot of other explorations from those schools. That graffiti you see on that building is actually an artist that puts those all over town. This is right across the corner. There's actually a tattoo shop there. Not sure if I'd get tattooed. No offense. I hope these guys don't hear me saying that and come and kick my butt. And this is a church right across the street. Anyways, I was giving Anna a shot to say something there, and she was kind of gun shy on talking, but I cut the audio out of this because when you're driving around, the audio doesn't sound all that great. There's a lot of wind noise. But in any case, this just gives you a view of what the neighborhood looks like surrounding this abandoned school. And I like to do that. I like to show you guys the outside of the buildings, the streets surrounding it, as much as I can, so it's almost like you're there with me. This school is pretty big. It looks, to me, I thought it looked bigger on the outside than it did when I was inside. It didn't seem tremendously giant and overwhelming like a lot of them do. When I was at this playground, we had a little incident. Andrew didn't catch it on film, but there was this guy that drove up and jumped out of his car door in the middle of the street and kept going back to his car, and I was like, is he going to grab a gun? What is he doing? And he was questioning me, and I said, hey, we're just taking pictures of the school. We're just looking at the school. He's like, no, you're not. You're looking at the playground. And I kind of didn't understand where he was going with it. And then I said, look, we're not going to take the playground equipment. He was like, oh, that's all I had to hear. He said the kids in the neighborhood still play on that playground. I just wanted to make sure you weren't going to take it. What do you think about that?
I think that, you know, it's kind of sad, but I guess people are looking out for each other and doing what they need to do to have a community, so I can't blame the guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the playground, somebody lit the playground on fire, though.
As you can see, all the playground equipment on this corner is melted.
I don't know why they did that.
Now, Andrew just put a video up, and I want each one of my faithful followers and subscribers to go to his channel, Old and Fat Exploration. Check out his video. It looks pretty good. I love the color that comes from his camera. It'll give you guys another view. I think it has a little more detail than mine. And he's pretty good at working the software, but I can tell you right now that he's going to start making films when he goes with me, and you'll get another perspective of the buildings. It'll be pretty interesting, and his videos are just going to get better and better. Hey, look, it's Captain America.
Yep, there he is.
Do I really know you?
Do I really know you? The only thing I know about you is that you take photographs. What do you do in your spare time?
2 scoops of raisins.
Yeah. So that probably looks familiar to you guys. I started the other video off the same way, and I promise I'm not just re-showing all the same clips, but I love looking at these photographs, and I thought they were interesting. I find them all over the place. You guys see it all the time, so I figured I'd re-show it again. And same thing I said last time, all these mattresses and people's like household belongings are all over this abandoned school parking lot, and I'm always wondering how all these family photographs end up just strewn all over the place. Like, who lost their family photographs? What do you think about that? Santa Claus, bathtub pictures?
I think it's sad. I definitely would be really upset if I lost my family photographs. It's just kind of tragic and interesting. I wonder if anybody would ever watch these videos and find their family photographs on the videos. Or
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always wondering when somebody's going to run into me that's seen a video, didn't like what I said, I found their photographs. Who knows? I've actually found some really old photographs before that were cool from like World War II era in different buildings. And some of those buildings are just falling down now, and I know you shouldn't take anything, but I've almost regretted in the past not collecting them all and seeing if maybe they could get back where they belonged. Now this Klebo, I have no idea what it means. Somebody told me it's something from another language once, but it's spray painted all over the place, even in other cities. Why do you think that's all over the place?
I don't know why it would be all over the place. Must be an individual graffiti artist or someone who travels a lot.
Now, the writing that was on the wall just a second ago looked like it was from different football teams or athletes, and perhaps they lived in this neighborhood, and I would be willing to bet that they jumped through the window and wrote that stuff on the wall, just kind of as a memorial or a tribute to their sports teams. You see a lot of this graffiti, demos, this other stuff all over the place in the city. Buildings, overpasses, super, excess. But anyways, this was another beautiful school at one point. If you watch Andrew's video, you'll see us come through this same spot, and you'll see what I mean. His camera just takes beautiful. I love it. His camera looks fantastic. The colors are splendid. Please go to Andrew's channel and subscribe to it and give him a help. It's so hard to start a YouTube channel. I want to try to give him a little push because I could not have made all these videos without him coming with me and without all his help. You think they should go subscribe, don't you?
Yes, you should all go subscribe.
The last video has a link in the comment section. I'll try to make sure I put one in this one too. I told him to make a little trailer for the end of my videos. Now this school was shut down in 2004, probably due to the lack of enrollment in St. Louis. St. Louis has been shrinking for a long time, and these buildings are just colossal. You'll be able to see that some of the utility rooms I show in part of this video, they're very large, they're probably expensive to run. Then it was hit by lightning, and the top floor, you'll see in another part of the video, was burnt partially. There was talk about turning this into a community center at one point, maybe 5-6 years ago, I think, but I think all hopes of that have probably passed. Hey Anna, would you send your grandmother to this building to live?
No. I don't think there's any future for this building at all.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They're beautiful architecture. We're losing most of the historic architecture in St. Louis. If you go online and read about it, I believe the city or some organization funded by the city, they own probably 12,000 buildings that are just dilapidated that they can't take care of. A lot of the ones that are boarded up with the paintings on the boards of historic black leaders or famous African Americans, those are owned by the city as well. What would you say? What do you know about these neighborhoods in the city of St. Louis? Would you come here?
Of course I would. I mean, I would in the daytime and maybe in my car when I was driving through it, or, you know, maybe to a restaurant or something specific. I definitely wouldn't be out and about after 6 p.m. and I wouldn't walk through it alone.
Kewanee Boiler Corporation. I've seen that in a lot of buildings. I like taking a look at these old controls. Anyways, guys, after watching Andrew's video and seeing what the colors look like, I've ordered a similar camera to his, and I'm hoping to improve my video quality here in the near future. If it doesn't improve it much, then I'll probably return it, but hopefully you guys will see even better videos in the near future. Also, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, like, share. And I've probably got 200 and something, who knows how many videos up, and a lot of them are really cool places, so I recommend you go look through my channel and see what you can find. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.